Here's a terrifying thought. While you're debating whether AI is just hype, someone in their pajamas just built a marketing system that can outperform an entire team probably in about 30 minutes. And they probably did it while binge watching Netflix. Welcome to 2026, where the marketing game has completely flipped, and honestly, most people are still playing by the 2020 rules. In this list of 2026 email marketing trends, we're looking at all the ways you can stay ahead of the game. Let's start with the elephant in the room, or should I say the robot in the boardroom? Generative AI has moved way past just writing blog posts that sound like they were written by an overly caffeinated college student. Now you can create all kinds of high quality content, including video. Tools like Sora are making video creation so easy that it is almost unfair. You can literally type, create a video about engagement being up 12%, and boom, you've got content ready to post. It's like having a film crew in your pocket, minus the drama and the craft services budget. In fact, Rowan Chung is a perfect example of someone who has taken these tools and turned them into real results. He built an Instagram account with 233,000 plus followers using an AI avatar that turns news stories from his newsletters into short-term videos built with AI, and people love it. Now is the time to start experimenting with these tools to see what you can create. Now, let's talk about these super agents. And no, I don't mean people in suits with earpieces. I'm talking about AI tools that are becoming fully autonomous marketing machines. Imagine having an AI figure out trending topics, writing scripts daily, and creating content while you sleep. That's what platforms like Manus actually offer. With a single prompt, it can identify a goal and then work out the steps to perform the task across multiple different apps. This still blows my mind. Imagine a tool that can identify keywords, analyze your style, and generate blog posts in half an hour. Work that previously took, weeks, if not longer. And this isn't limited to content either. The Anthropic CEO predicts that 90% of all code will soon be generated by machines. Tools like Riplet, Claude, and Lovable mean that honestly anyone is now able to create websites, apps, or tools with just a couple of prompts. Describe what you want and AI will honestly build it. There's no coding degree required, honestly just creativity and vision. Here's something really interesting too. Google is no longer the only organic search engine in town. Yeah, times are changing. Traditional SEO is being replaced by search everywhere optimization. 15 years ago, if you wanted to be found online, you optimized for Google, period. That was it. No ifs, ands, or buts. However, now your customers are searching on ChatGPT, they're searching on YouTube, Amazon, TikTok, Reddit, and honestly, probably platforms that you and I haven't even heard of yet. You need to optimize your visibility on all of these platforms. That means tailoring your messages to the format, algorithm, and intent behind every search experience. The brands that win going forward are not going to just rank on Google. They're going to show up naturally and consistently wherever their audience is already looking. You'll talk to your email data like it is a teammate. Ever since we released MailerLite way back in 2010, you've interacted with your content in the same way. You head to your dashboard and then you click around to access data and perform certain actions. Well, last year, the MPC standard gave developers a completely different way to let you interact with your tools through AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude, just using natural language prompts. Our CTO, Nicola, gave a super simple explanation for how this works in a recent podcast interview. MCP is like the USB protocol for AI. You can plug in any device and use it, and it will allow you to build your own email marketing assistant. And honestly, if you want to watch that podcast, I'll put a link up here to check it out. There's a ton of really good insights in there that I think you'll find interesting as well. At MailerLite, we released our MCP server in July. And if you want to see the performance of your latest campaign or get subject line ideas based on what has previously worked, you can just connect the MCP and ask your AI tool. Initially, MCP was supported by Claude and some developer-focused tools like Cursor, but it wasn't long before ChatGPT jumped on the wagon and released its own support too. And because of that, over the next year, we expect support for the format to continue to grow exponentially. As more and more people get access, so will the number of people who use the tools, and the things that they can do with it are going to grow as well. Campaign optimization stops being a guessing game. One of the biggest advantages of the MCP server is that it can analyze all your past campaigns and identify trends, topics, and messaging that cause people to open, click on, or even buy your products. You've always been able to do this with Analytics Report, and you still can, but the MCP server not only illuminates data from past campaigns that would have been very time-consuming to get, but also provides analysis and action steps that are specific to your audience and can help you better market. For example, it can identify newsletter topics that work well with your audience, and then use this insight to suggest future topics that are likely to appeal to. I actually did a video diving deep into some really cool creative uses for MCP and how it can help you save hours. I'll put a link up here if you want to check it out, which I highly recommend that you do because it's super good. Now, okay, combine that with existing tools like A/B and multivariate testing, and it's honestly easier than ever to see exactly what drives action and act based on this. You'll notice more unsubscribes, but email engagement will actually rise. And since we're an email marketing tool, we're finishing this list with 2 email marketing specific trends. I know it sounds counterintuitive, okay, but in 2026, you'll likely see an increase in both your unsubscribe rate and your overall engagement. By now, you've probably all seen the blue unsubscribe button next to the subject line or email header in your inbox. With one-click unsubscribe and its new managed subscription feature, Google is making it easier than ever for people to unsubscribe from mass emails. This was reflected in our end-of-year benchmarks data, which showed that the unsubscribe rate in 2025 was 0.22%, over double the 0.08% we actually saw last year. On the surface, people leaving you seems like a negative, but there are honestly plenty of upsides. First, even with these changes, okay, very few people unsubscribe when you send a newsletter. Means just 2.2 out of every 1,000 people leave your list. That's not very many. Plus, our benchmark data shows that open and click rates were also up. Making it easier to unsubscribe means you're left with more engaged subscribers who open, read, and click your content, which is obviously super awesome. Email has long been one of the only connections with your audience that you basically own. Having your subscribers' email addresses mean you can contact them directly whenever you want at very little cost. Over the past year, it started to become not just the only connection you own, but in many ways, the only connection that you actually have. Okay, all the big social media platforms, including X and Instagram, turned farther away from the feeds that show content from the people or accounts you follow to those that show content they think you'll be interested in, no matter who created it. Now, trust me, you probably noticed this. It's been super frustrating for me as well. But this gives more opportunities for brand visibility. If you create good content, you can also get exposure way beyond just your existing audience. But it further loosens the link that social media gives brands to their customers. It's no longer the case that these sites will show your post to your followers, right? So email is now one of the last remaining links that you have. Look, we're living through the biggest shift in marketing since, I don't know, the internet was invented. The companies that figure this out now will have an almost unfair advantage over those still trying to hire their way to success. The future belongs to the AI-enhanced marketer, one human overseeing multiple AI marketing managers and each managing hundreds of AI agents. It's not about replacing humans, it's about making humans superhuman. And at the center of this revolution is email marketing, your direct line to customers that no algorithm can take away. While social media platforms change the rules, your email list remains yours. So here's my challenge to you. Stop debating whether AI is the future and start building your AI-powered marketing system today. Step 1, Set up proper email marketing to capture all the leads these AI tools are going to generate. The revolution honestly isn't coming, it's already here. The question is, are you going to lead it or get left behind wondering what happened? Remember, AI isn't here to replace you, it's here to replace mediocrity and make marketing smarter, faster, and more impactful. The choice is yours.